health. Welcome if you're new to this channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the benefits of taking sea moss on a daily basis. And I'm basically going to be dividing this video into two parts. So in the first part, I'm going to be talking about all of the benefits of sea moss, just things that it will help you with overall, things it's going to help with in your body. And in the second part of the video, I'm going to be talking about my own personal experience with sea moss, how I came across it, and I'm going to show you actual lab results of where I was at before I started taking sea moss and where my lab results are now that I've been consistently taking it. So let's get into the video. Actually, let me show you what sea moss looks like. If this is the first time that you are hearing about sea moss, or maybe you've seen other videos, I'm just going to show you what it looks like. Okay, I have it in a stainless steel bowl. I have about 2 pounds of sea moss here. It has not been washed yet, so this is literally straight from the sea. See, it still has like the sand and everything on there. There we go. Many places that you can find sea moss, just make sure that it is like a West Indian kind of market. I know that they do sell sea moss online. Maybe for those that don't really have access to a lot of like West Indian markets, places like that, just make sure that you kind of find out where the sea moss comes from. Make sure it's a reliable source. So what is sea moss good for? It's good for weight loss. It's good for eczema, acne, rashes, hyperpigmentation. If you have like a lot of dark spots on your face due to like popping pimples, or you have excess scarring, sea moss is really good. Like if you make it into a mask, and you can just apply the sea moss, it's excellent for your skin. It's also beneficial for thyroid health, vaginal health. It's an aphrodisiac, so it's going to make you more in the mood to be intimate with your partner, which is a plus. It is a mucus dissolver, and that's probably the best thing about sea moss, is that it literally eliminates mucus from your body. So it's really good if you're starting to feel like you're getting sick. You just take a spoon of the sea moss, you drink it with plenty of water, and you'll notice that you'll start to cough up the mucus. Like, it's just so awesome if you're not feeling well. It's also good for joint and tissue health. It helps restore the cells, rebuild back the cells that are damaged, which is why it's also beneficial for stomach ulcers. So stomach ulcers are caused by eating a lot of spicy foods, maybe caffeinated beverages, things like that. Taking a lot of NSAIDs, which are non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. And NSAIDs are like Tylenol, naproxen, things like that. Things that you take for pain management that leads to the lining of your stomach getting destroyed, ulcerations occurring, you know, like erosion, things like that. Sea moss helps. Not only does it help soothe those areas, but it also helps rebuild the tissue back. So it is beneficial if you have stomach ulcers. At the same token, it's also beneficial for digestive health. So if you're the kind of person that you eat and maybe you overeat, so you feel like you have like acid reflux episodes or undigested food, it helps, because it's a mucus dissolver, it helps get things going through your GI tract, okay? So it's eliminating the mucus as it's going down. It's healing the tissues. In addition, it is also clearing out your colon, and it is helping with constipation. If you have a lot of constipation issues, sea moss helps with that. It is something that is just so awesome. I think that sea moss is really, really beneficial with eliminating the mucus in the body And if you stick with it, you will see a very big difference. The first time that I tried sea moss, I was like, what is this? Like the way that it tastes, it literally tastes like it's from the sea. But the more that I started taking it, the more benefits that I saw. So now let's talk about my personal experience with sea moss and why I co-sign it and how I just got my whole family on this sea moss vibe. Basically, I developed uterine fibroids about 4 to 5 years ago. They did some ultrasounds and found out that I did have a very small fibroid. So because it was very small, there was really no intervention. I wasn't told anything about modifying my diet. As a matter of fact, at the time, I was actually told to get on birth control if my bleeding gets out of control, due to the fibroid. So at that point, it really wasn't bothering me. So I just kind of disregarded it. Like it was not even a factor in my life. When I got in nursing school, this is 3 years later after I was first diagnosed, my period started getting very, very bad. It was just getting bad. I started passing clots during my cycle. I just noticed a very big change. I started having painful sex. I would, start spotting after sex. And I attributed everything that I was seeing to stress and not to the fibroid. I'm saying all of this to say that my diet and everything that I was putting in my body contributed to the excess mucus, which resulted in the formation of the fibroids. And had I known all these years ago the information I'm telling you now, I could have prevented those fibroid from growing, that one fibroid from growing big and then creating an additional 2 fibroids. So if you kind of want to hear more about my journey with fibroids, I have more videos on my channel, but I kind of wanted to give you that backstory as to why I know I developed fibroids. I've started incorporating sea moss so that these suckers don't come back. And I actually had a fibroid embolization procedure a few months ago. And it's basically a procedure where they went in and they basically cut off the blood supply to the fibroids because mine had gotten so big to the point that if I would have left it as it was, I would have just gotten to a point that they may have to have taken my whole uterus. And unfortunately, that happens with some women where, they try natural remedies, they try things, and sometimes these tumors get to a point where it's too big that medical intervention is necessary. So I felt that was the best choice for me. And ever since I had my surgery, I have been consistently taking my sea moss. I've changed my diet. I stay away from red meat. I've really tried to stay away from the dairy. It is something I'm still struggling with. But I do want to share my personal, seeing the changes in my body when I started taking the sea moss. So, like I said, before I started taking the sea moss, I was very severely anemic to uterine fibroids. And I would bleed so bad every month, past clots. I would literally have to change my pad every 30 minutes. And I talk more on my channel about my full uterine fibroid journey and everything. But in terms of sea moss and how it really helped with me is that I started taking this sea moss. I started taking it about 3 to 4 weeks before my last fibroid surgery. And I noticed that I just had more energy. Before I started taking this, guys, literally I would be so tired all the time. I would be able, like, let's say, for example, on my day off, I'll be able to cook dinner, but I couldn't wash the dishes. I would be able to go to work, but then after work, I had no energy to do anything else. I would literally fall asleep on a dime. I would want to nap all the time. My hair was falling out. My nails were breaking off. I was always tired no matter what. Like, and my boyfriend, you know, he was like, babe, why are you so tired all the time? And I was like, you know, my iron is low. And at the time I was taking iron pills. I had gone through 2 iron infusions, IV infusions, that both cost me $2,000. My insurance didn't cover it. Taking iron every day, that was constipating me. I was trying to implement greens in my diet, but it just was not working. So my boyfriend did some research and he found sea moss. And I'm so glad that he did, because this has literally changed my life. Not only did this get my iron levels up and my hemoglobin level up before surgery in just 30 days, but it also helped with my recovery process, and I have not felt as fatigued as I used to feel. I actually don't feel tired really at all. And it is just like my hair, my skin, like everything is just glowing. Everything is just so much better. So I am going to show you what my levels were, my blood test levels were before I started taking CMOS.
All right, so here are my lab results, okay? And if you go where it says hemoglobin and you look at the dates, so in July, my hemoglobin was in the 7s, August in the 9s, September in the 10s, and then November, it got to the 13s. And then recently in December, 13.5. So as you can see, I started taking the CMOS about a month before my surgery in November. And you can clearly see a difference between the 10.6 and the 13.3.
So as you can see, there was a very big difference in what my hemoglobin level was before I started taking the CMOS and up until the day of surgery. But guys, I feel great. Like, look at me. I mean, I'm glowing and everything. Like, just come on. So yeah, this is my wrap up video. This is, you know, my honest and true opinion on CMOS. It worked for me. I have everybody in my family taking it.